Hello everybody and welcome to Cloud Labs for Knowledge 18. I'm going to walk through the process of creating your ICE package and testing it before Knowledge so we can make sure that your lab works as expected. If this is something you've done before, please watch the entire video so we can make sure that everything is as you expect as you go through the process also. First off, we're going to talk about the ICE packages, which you can find over here on the nav bar. Here are all the ICE packages for Knowledge 18. You can clearly see it says K18 ICE and the event is Knowledge, and I've filtered on Knowledge. And these are all of them. Please do not make your own ICE packages. Reuse the ones I've created here. If you make your own, I may end up overlooking it because it doesn't follow along with the naming procedure. So these are attached to the templates that you will be using, and that's how I keep track of it all. So please use the ones that you see here. So to find yours, you need to know the session ID. Here I'm going to pick on 0204, so we'll click on that one. And here are the things that we have listed. There are plugins, update sets, XML unloads, system properties if you need them, and you can run some post-configuration scripts. Under plugins, to find the ones for your particular version of ServiceNow, for example, I'm looking for Kingston, you will notice that some of these you'll see H and HD, ID. These are Helsinki, Istanbul, and the :D stands for demo data. So if you have a plugin that needs demo data, that's how you would add it. So let's filter out for Kingston. Run filter. And you can see now I'm looking at all the plugins that are available under Kingston. So let's pick the Altiris import maps and Angular A and B services with demo data. And that's it. You add those to the plugins and away you go. Now these will be enabled on your instances as you spin them up. Update sets. You'll need to make sure that your update sets are uploaded. Keep in mind that each one of these has a limit of 5 megs. So if it's larger than 5 megs, you need to split them into more than one, and they're not very big. It's not very difficult to split them. So just please keep that in mind that your update sets may not get pushed across if they're larger than 5 meg. Here you'll see a couple of them. I've got one here that's kind of mandatory, so please leave that there. The lab management, this gives everybody the update set so they can go and register for their own instances with the reservation page and whatnot. To add yours, click New, and you give it a name, and save the record first. Once you save it, then attach the update set to it, and we will extract the sysid. I will show you what it looks like. So if you save it, you'll see right here, here's the sysid for this update set, and that number needs to go here. So if you save the record first, then attach the file, we have a business rule that will extract that. Just kind of make sure that that's correct and then hit update. That's all you have to do. Here's another example. You can see there's the update set sysid, and it is there also. So for XML unloads, just click New, give it a name, and attach a file to it, and there you go. System properties, you can add system properties to your instances if you need those, and it's a matter of just clicking New or Edit. Then you can make your own scripts as well, and you just click New and you can edit those however you need to. And there's the edit box. Now let's take a look at the labs. We'll go to the lab templates. Under lab templates, you'll see that I've filtered for the event is Knowledge 18. These are all the labs that I will be using, templates that I'll be using to spin up your final lab, and these are the ones you're going to use to spin up your tests as you go through. So we will pick on 0204 once again, and there it is. So once you open this up, you shouldn't have to really do anything here. I will update the images if you need them. So if you need something other than Kingston and you need a Windows Mint server, you can let me know through creating an incident, and I will update your template. And the next time you go through the process to spin up your instances, you'll be good to go. So you should be able to see your configuration package, anybody that's attached to the lab, and all the good stuff. You should not be editing this lab template. It's just here for your information. So how do you create an incident? If you need to contact me or our team that is handling Knowledge 18, you just click on the Need Help. Also, on the instructor instances, after you're testing, if you find a problem, you also see Need Help in the Lab Management module application, on your instance, and you can just click it. It will ask you a couple of questions, and then hit Submit. It will submit an incident into Cloud Labs, and we will follow up with you and take care of it. Same thing with the one on the instructor instance. It looks very similar. I don't think it asks you all the questions, but it asks you for a short description and a description, and it'll create an incident in Cloud Labs that we can follow up on. So how do you test your setup? How do you test your ICE package against your lab template? If you'll go over here to Schedule Instances, you'll see it'll come up and ask you for an account. You should see Marketing Knowledge Cloud Labs. If you see another account, some people do have more than one account because they use Cloud Labs for other things. Make sure you use the marketing template one, marketing account, appropriately, because there's billing that we need to keep track of and whatnot. We don't want to run instances in the wrong account. So if you are testing, be sure to select Marketing Knowledge Cloud Labs AIM. Select a class. This is where you'll select your template, and you can see there's all the templates that we saw a moment ago, Lab 0204. We'll select the K18. It shows me as the instructor, or my pseudo name. If you need a co-instructor, you can select them as well. I'm not going to put one in there. They will both people will get an email once the lab is configured and ready to go, ready to test. You need to pick a start time and an end time. This is mandatory. So we'll pick, actually I'm going to change this into the future so it doesn't spin up during my test. So you pick a start time and an end time. You're going to pick a class name. You're going to see the passwords that are already generated for you. There's the number of instructor instances and a number of student instances. You can put one or more. I would strongly recommend you don't spin up more than 1 or 2 student instances, because again, we are being billed for this development process, and we don't want to run any more instances than we need. And right before Knowledge, I will terminate all of the development instances. And the region shouldn't really matter. It should be kind of static to US Northern Virginia. So if you choose anything, please choose that. And then hit Submit. Here's the key. Once you've submitted it, it's created the lab record. The lab record will not spin up until you do this. Scroll down and do Save and mark as ready. Once you do, then the lab should start up right away, depending on the date and time. The reason this is I don't want to generate lab records and have them just automatically launch when maybe there's some other configuration you need to do. So save and mark as ready, and then it'll launch. As we go through the process and you've made some changes to your ICE package, you need to retest it, terminate the labs that you have running, and go through the process of scheduling instances once again and trying it once again. It can take up to an hour or so for a lab to configure, so please give it some time depending on your update sets and plugins that we're enabling. So some of that is kind of out of my control, but just keep in mind that it may take an hour or so, but you will get an email once it's up and running to test it. So you kind of have to do that wash, rinse, repeat process until you're happy with your ICE package. Now, what happens when you're finished and you're happy with your ICE package and your lab is working as expected? Go to your ICE package. You can click here, or you can find it again under ICE packages. Here you'll see where it says State. Under State, you want to select Certified. Once it's certified, that lets me know and lets our team know that your lab has been tested and you're good to go. There we go. I hope I've enabled you to create a successful lab, because if you're successful, you have instructor success. And if you have instructor success, you have customer success. All right. Thank you very much.